You know that moment. Your phone is face up on the bed, the room is too quiet, and you keep checking a screen that hasn't changed in hours. You already read the last message 10 times. You replay the call, the tone, the pause, the coldness you felt behind her words. And now you're sitting there thinking about sending one more text, one better text, one final honest paragraph that finally makes her understand what you meant. Why is she acting like this? Should I reach out again? Am I losing her by staying silent? What if doing nothing is exactly what ruins this? But here's the truth most people never hear. She usually doesn't pull away because you stopped caring. She pulls away because the energy between you stopped feeling safe, steady, and real. And no, you're not weak for feeling desperate here. You're not stupid for wanting to fix it. Every man who has loved deeply has stood exactly where you're standing. By the end of this video, you'll understand why no contact works on a psychological level, what silence communicates that words never can, and how to stop pushing her away while trying to pull her closer. Let's get into it. Most people believe no contact works because it makes her miss you. But the real truth is deeper than that. It works because when emotions are overloaded, your presence can start feeling like pressure instead of connection. And pressure shuts people down fast, especially when she's already confused, hurt, emotionally flooded, or quietly withdrawn. Here's the thing. A woman's nervous system reads your energy before her mind organizes a single thought about you. If every interaction carries urgency, fear, chasing, proving, or please don't leave me beneath the surface, she feels that. Even if your words sound calm, even if you think you're just being loving. Most men think effort fixes distance, but here's what nobody explains. Effort without emotional steadiness often deepens the drift. The more you reach from panic, the more her system registers, I don't feel space here, I feel responsibility. And attraction dies quickly when connection starts to feel like emotional pressure. So no contact is not a trick, not punishment, not mind games, not some fake alpha move from the internet. It is emotional non-interference. It is restraint. It is what happens when a man stops trying to control the outcome and starts becoming someone whose presence carries safety instead of need. And that shift changes everything. 1. Stop chasing the wound. Most couples fall into this without realizing it. Most people in relationships think more contact means more care, so when distance appears, they rush toward it. They text more, explain more, ask more, push for clarity now, because underneath all of it is fear. But the deeper truth is simple. When she feels overwhelmed, your chasing doesn't land as love. It lands as more stimulation for an already overloaded nervous system. She may care about you, she may miss you, she may even still love you. But if she feels emotionally cornered, her system protects first and reflects later. The disconnecting version sounds like this. Why are you being like this? Just tell me what's wrong. I'm trying here. The connecting version sounds like silence, space, and one grounded message if needed. I respect where you are. Take care. One creates pressure. The other creates presence without force. And when you do that, something in her finally gets to exhale. 2. Absence reveals what pressure hides. Here's the part no one talks about. Most couples never give each other enough emotional space to actually feel the truth of the bond. They stay in reaction, constant contact, constant analysis, constant static, and static kills signal. The deeper emotional truth is that longing often gets buried beneath pressure. When you keep showing up in panic, she doesn't get to feel your absence. She only feels your pursuit. And pursuit, when it's fueled by fear, can feel like being emotionally managed. Her mind may not say it clearly, but beneath the surface, her body is thinking, I can't even hear myself in all of this. Picture the difference. In one version, your name keeps popping up, your messages keep arriving, and every notification feels heavy. In the other, the line goes quiet. No guilt, no performance, no emotional tug of war. And her brain has room to register, wait, why does this feel so different? Why do I suddenly feel him more now that he's not here? That's not manipulation, bro. That's what happens when pressure leaves and reality finally enters the room. 3. Silence restores your value. And this is the one most couples never figure out. Most people in relationships think value comes from proving how much they care. So they over-explain, over-offer, overstay, and over-function, especially after a breakup or pullback. They try to be impossible to lose. But here's what changes everything. Neediness does not create closeness. It creates emotional imbalance. When you act like your entire center of gravity lives inside her response, she feels the weight of that. And a woman cannot fully relax into connection with a man who has abandoned himself to keep her. The disconnecting version says, I'll do anything. Just tell me what you need from me. I can fix this. The connecting version says nothing dramatic at all. He steps back, he keeps his dignity, he keeps his routines, he keeps his life moving. Not to perform strength, to live it. And somewhere inside her, an unspoken thought begins. He's not collapsing. He's not forcing me. He actually has a center. That's when your energy stops feeling clingy and starts feeling emotionally available. 4. No contact exposes the cycle. This is where it gets really interesting. Most couples think the breakup moment is the whole story. It isn't. The breakup is usually the smoke, not the fire. The real fire is the cycle that formed long before this moment. One person reaches harder, the other withdraws further. Then both feel unseen for completely different reasons. The deeper truth is attachment-driven. If you lean anxious, silence feels like death. If she leans avoidant or overwhelmed, closeness under pressure feels like suffocation. So both of you are trying to survive. You reach for reassurance, she reaches for space. You call that distance, she calls that relief. And neither of you feels safe enough to tell the truth cleanly. Listen to how different this sounds. In the cycle, you say, "Why can't you just talk to me?" And she hears criticism, demand, and one more thing she's failing at. Outside the cycle, you stop chasing. You stop feeding the pattern. And her nervous system quietly registers. He's not pulling at me right now. I don't have to defend myself. That's huge, man. Because when the cycle breaks, the walls stop getting thicker. 5. Space creates contrast. Most couples stay too available in the wrong way. Not available with presence. Available with anxiety. Available with unfinished emotion. Available with hidden agendas. And when you're always there like that, she stops feeling the contrast between life with you and life without you. But here's what nobody explains. Human beings feel clarity through contrast. Not louder conversations. Not more convincing. Not another late-night paragraph. But space that lets the emotional dust settle so what's real can finally be seen. Like muddy water left untouched long enough to clear. The disconnecting version is constant access. She never gets a clean emotional frame because your energy keeps touching the wound. The connecting version is restraint. She gets to wake up without being pulled. Go through her day. Notice what's missing. Notice the absence of your attention, your humor, your steadiness, your presence. And maybe, for the first time in a while, something in her says, "I thought I wanted distance, but this feels emptier than I expected." And that's when missing you becomes possible instead of impossible. 6. Doing nothing is not. Doing nothing, here's the part your ego hates. Most people hear do nothing and assume it means waiting, suffering, and hoping she changes her mind. That's not what this is. Not even close. The deeper truth is that no contact is active internal work. You're not just withholding texts, you're repairing your center. You're facing the part of you that believes love must be chased to be kept. You're learning that real masculine presence is not frantic. It is grounded. It is self-respecting. It is calm enough to let reality reveal itself without forcing it. So the disconnecting version is external silence with internal obsession. You don't text her, but your whole identity is still wrapped around whether she returns. The connecting version is different. You train your body out of panic. You get back into your routines. You stop stalking her online. You stop narrating your pain for an audience. You become someone who can hold longing without becoming controlled by it. And her system, if she reconnects, will feel that difference before she can explain it. He feels different now. Safer, stronger, less heavy. This isn't a communication hack. This is what it looks like when a man learns to love without losing himself. 7. If she comes back, don't restart the old story. And this is where almost everyone blows it. Most couples treat reconnection like a green light to go right back into the same emotional patterns. Same urgency, same unspoken resentment, same fear beneath the surface. So they reunite physically while staying emotionally unchanged. And the drift returns fast. But the real truth is this. If no contact works, it works because it interrupted a cycle. If she comes back and you re-enter as the same version of you, the old dynamic returns with you. Not instantly, but surely. Emotional distance is not a wall. It's scar tissue. It forms slowly over 100 moments that never got repaired. The disconnecting version says, "I knew you'd come back. So are we doing this or not?" The connecting version says, "I'm open to talking, but only if we're both honest about what was happening between us." One tries to secure the relationship quickly. The other tries to build something real. One is fear, the other is maturity. And when you do that, she stops feeling like someone you need to win and starts feeling like someone you're finally ready to meet. So if you're in no contact right now, hear me clearly. Your silence is not your weakness. Your restraint is not passivity. Your decision to stop chasing what is pulling away is not giving up. It is the beginning of self-respect. And self-respect changes the emotional tone of everything. When you internalize this, you stop begging for connection and start becoming the kind of person connection feels safe with. You stop reacting to every wave and start trusting your own center. You stop making love a performance of panic and start making it a place of presence, honesty, and real emotional steadiness. These aren't tips to get her back. They're the beginning of becoming the man who no longer abandons himself when love gets hard. And here's the mic drop truth. The moment you stop chasing love in fear is often the exact moment love can finally feel safe enough to turn back toward you.